Have you ever wondered why you're here? Like, what's it all for? Um, uh, as I mentioned before, one of my best friends from when I was really young passed away a few weeks ago, and it really sent me down uh, some existential angst. Like, what's it all for? Why are we even here? And today, in and actually that's a huge question, right? It's not like Susie Porter's the first person to ask that. People have been asking that since the beginning of time, probably since the time when our brains evolved to think deeply about those kind of things. We probably started going, well, why? There's got to be more to life than just killing animals, eating food, surviving. And so the quest for meaning, like the quest for me, it's been the quest for healing, the quest for how to manage my mind, which was filled with so much misery. And so in what helps me is reading a lesson every morning from A Course in Miracles. And today, so I'm reading it through for the third time, but this time I'm really taking it much more seriously. And my daughter is a student in college, and so it really inspires me how hard she works and how hard she studies. And it made me realize I miss that. I miss being super, like, really disciplined and having homework. I actually kind of miss it. So I'm approaching the Course in Miracles like as if it's like a college course, and I'm doing my homework. And the first two times I did it, I probably did my homework, but a much more casual way, right? I thought the most important thing was to read the lesson in the morning, meditate, and then just go throughout the day. But now I'm taking the tasks throughout the day. Like today, we're supposed to do 4 periods, 4 3 to 5 minute practices during the day. And what I'm noticing, and I'm on lesson 37, is that as I do it, it might seem repetitious or like a chore, but it's what's required to reprogram our thoughts. I mean, depending on how old you are, uh, our thoughts are kind of like a vinyl record for those who remember what records are. And so the needle goes in the vinyl and the groove gets deeper and deeper and deeper. So it's like that with our thoughts. If you've been thinking a thought, and a belief is nothing more than a thought you've thought over and over and over and over, so you believe it, doesn't make it true. So it makes sense that we would need 4 practice periods a day to keep saying the new thought, because the old thought is entrenched and just enmeshed, and it's what we think we believe and what we think we know. So in order to become as a little child, I'm not Catholic. My mother was, but I went on a little journey this morning studying about Saint Teresa of the Little Flower, not the other famous Teresa of Avila, I think it is, but Saint Teresa of the Little Flower. And she died when she was 24, but they made her like a doctor of the Catholic Church, which I guess is kind of a big deal. And her whole thing was, I can't climb a mountain, but I can lift my arms and Jesus will carry me. And as someone who's the baby of the family and who's always really felt comfortable with that idea of being as a little child, I it just got to me and it spoke to me. And so as I began reading lesson 37 in the course, Jesus says, in the end, in the paragraph, he says, well, I'll just read you the paragraph. It's kind of short. My holiness blesses the world. This idea contains the first glimmerings, new favorite word, glimmerings, of your true function in the world, or why you're here. Yeah, tell me everything. Why am I here? Your purpose, your purpose is to see the world through your own holiness. Wow. Well, there's a shift on 99.9% of the cultural narrative that we're sinful, we're evil, we're fucked up, we're neurotic. Most of us see the world through our flaws. through what we need to fix, what we need to make better, what we need to correct. So here's Jesus saying, your purpose is to see the world through your own holiness. Thus are you and the world blessed together. No one loses. What a concept. Nothing is taken away from anyone. Everyone gains through your holy vision. It signifies the end of sacrifice because it offers everyone his or her full due. So I got real curious. So writing is a way that is just a tool that I use for a lot of things. And I often use it to talk to God. I just very casually write to God and I say, what do you mean? So I said, what do you mean by, what does this mean? His full due. What does that mean? I got real curious. It's just two little 3-letter words. His full due, her full due. What is our full due? So this is the answer I got. Remember in the last video, I said I'm going to give myself permission to go completely, quote, woo-woo. This is who I am. This is how I think and feel. And you don't have to believe what I believe, but I'm just sharing my authentic self and the way that I communicate with God, the divine source energy. One of my favorite coaches calls it the purple monkey dishwasher, because it doesn't matter what word you say. I don't know. That's a whole other discussion. But I don't like to get hung up on words because there's a lot of baggage onto the word God, So for me, this is how I connect to divine love, divine wisdom, and Jesus. I do believe in Jesus unapologetically, but not in the fundamental Christian way, in the mystic, feminist, Jewish, kind of cool, hip, love way. So when I asked Jesus, what does that mean? What is everyone's full due? This is what I got. Everyone's full due is to live a life free from fear. Wow. Let's consider that for a second. A life free from fear. To live a life blessed by love. To feel and experience perfect love. To live as a little child. Yes. Filled with wonder, curiosity, joy, and enthusiasm. Remember enthusiasm? Remember when you were a little kid and you were enthusiastic before it was shamed out of you? I mean, my personality can be bubbly. And I remember when I used to work for Federal Express, I would come in singing sometimes on a Monday morning, and if it was raining, people would be like, how can you be happy? It's Monday, it's raining. And you almost get shamed, culturally shamed, for being happy and enthusiastic. We give a lot more wider berth to 2 and 3-year-olds. We're kind of glad if they're happy. But a 30-year-old being happy, you're nuts, you're crazy. So just thought I would add my little commentary there. Okay, everyone's full due is to know who you are, to know what you are, and to share this knowing with each other. The Course in Miracles is a main theme is that we all wake up together. We all go to heaven. We all fulfill our purpose together. That actually, literally, we are one. That the separation is the illusion. Remember, it's the tiny mad idea that I talked about in the other video. The tiny mad idea that we're separate from God and that we're separate from each other, which just isn't true. So to share this knowing with each other happens naturally when we all awaken to this knowing, to this knowledge of who we are. To live a life that is connected to your source, to be able to relax. Oh, yes, please. God, help us all to relax. To relax and receive divine guidance, help, love, and support. To know yourself and to know your creator. To experience the oneness and power of your true identity. Just think about that for a second. Your true identity, not the identity that was thrust upon you. You're this gender, and then with that gender comes all the roles, what was that old poem? Sugar and spice and everything nice? Fuck. That is limiting, right? Sugar and spice and everything nice. You got to be kidding me. No. Plus all the other things, all the other labels, all the other limits. No. To know yourself and to know your creator and to know your true identity. What is your true identity? Do you ever think about that? Like, that would help answer the question why you're here. To break free from all illusions, to allow yourself to be healed from all the seeming effects of your human experience. And I use the word seeming because we believe we're at the effect of what happened to us in our childhood or yesterday, and it's a very profound concept, and it's a bitter pill to swallow at first because we have so much evidence to show that we are at the effect of what happened to us. But inevitably and eventually, we will realize that we weren't created to be at the effect of trauma and pain, and eventually we will be free. Eventually. To live as a little child, yet also as a wise elder. So it's childlike, not childish, right? It's spontaneous and alive and open-minded, but not foolish and impetuous and silly. Silly in a good way, not silly in a reckless. There's a fine line, right? It's to be childlike, to have an open mind, but to also have discernment, because we are mature adults, but we're not fixed and stuck in old patterns and old beliefs. To live as a little child, yet also as a wise elder with clarity, dignity, and confidence. To know yourself, capital S. To know your source, also capital S. And to know, feel, and experience the love that created you, that surrounds you, and that sustains you. And then the last couple phrases really kind of got to me. To come home, to return to me. No matter what your cosmological, theological belief is, you might believe that you come home to Jesus, to God, to the Mother God. You might believe you come home to a universe or to just a quantum field of energy. No matter what your specific cosmological, dogmatic belief system is, we are all here, and there's a universal truth that we all came from a source, and we will all die and return to a source. Our bodies will die, but our spirits will not. And so what is the meaning of life? What is our full due? I suppose it's for each one of us to figure out individually. I just wanted to share with you what came through me this morning when I was asking Jesus, what does that mean? And it is a bit of a crazy time in the world right now. It's October 2nd, 2024. In the United States, we are on the verge of an election. There's there's a war in the Middle East. There is crazy weather happening. And there is just so much to be upset about and to be hurt and to be distracted by. And for those of us with busy minds like me, I kind of enjoy being distracted because I'm ooh, what's that? What's that? My mind likes to be busy, but also my mind needs to be calm. And I'm training myself to learn how to how to be still. And I know I don't, it's a yoga chant. Sa ta na ma. This is real calming. Sa ta na ma. Sa ta na. Or if you can't remember that, you can say, be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I. Be still and know that. Be still and know. Be still. Be. And in that being, there is peace. There is calm. Deep within you, no matter the storm, no matter the tsunami, deep in the ocean of your soul, there is stillness and quiet and perfect peace. You don't have to understand it. Just believe that it's there. And if you don't believe it's there, try to believe it's there. Just think, what if it, just get curious, what if it is there? How can I access it? How can I connect with it? That curiosity and that wish and that desire and that yearning will manifest. It's a promise. It is the law. Seek and ye will find. Ask and it is given. Knock and the door will be open. Begin with curiosity. I wish you peace today. I wish you your full due. I wish you ease and comfort to the existential angst of being a human being. And I wish you joy. Yes, joy, like you felt when you were a little child. I hope you felt it when you were a little child. All right, take care.